So the problem we seem to have with these manifolds and like how we could enter other dimensions and just thinking about other dimensions, trying to visualize them, we seem to have a big problem with space itself. Like these manifolds are very likely. Look at this thing. It's very likely that thing. We know if other dimensions exist, they're infinitesimally small. And then once you enter it, it's probably enormous. It's probably just like the world you're in, infinitesimally big. We don't seem to understand space. Like, we're sitting here and we're like, how are all these infinitely small things just sitting around me? First of all, like, who knows if these things are even matter? But let's say they are. They're sitting in like that trampoline, that fabric of space, right? That thing that bends, they're sitting in it. We don't seem to understand like the bendiness of that thing and just how much it can bend and just how fast. Like you could enter this manifold and a new world has been created in that space, right? And it's almost like inflation. You know that theory of inflation, the Big Bang?
Mm-hmm.
They say in like T to the 10 to the negative 36 or something,
yeah.
That the universe expanded into space, into the fabric, in that amount of time. Doesn't that sound a lot like these manifolds?
Like, it has to be so fast. It would have to be fast.
It's instantaneous,
so you
right?
wouldn't notice it.
Correct. Doesn't that sound like the same thing? And doesn't it sound like a real problem with comprehending the bendiness of space itself?
Yeah.
Like, we don't seem to understand, like, just how, what is even the word? Like, elastic,
instantaneous.
Yeah, but time's not even real, so but anyway, elastic and like, even wormholes, right? We could go from here to there because it bends, right? So we just don't seem to understand that. The reason we're not getting to like the answers we want to get to about the universe, the biggest problem is like not understanding space itself. And just how fast it can expand, just how small it can get, you know, just how large a distance it can connect. We don't seem to understand. We like don't want to believe, because we're like sitting in our room and it's like, oh, the left side of the wall to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And our dumb monkey brain is just like, dirt, right? Like, this is space. No, this is not space, right? You enter one of these things. Well, that's just a decision, but you enter one and the whole thing expands instantaneously. The whole thing and creates a whole new world instantaneously. We need to accept, like, space is, how would you say it? It's like, space itself is like, it has like infinitesimal properties or something.
Oh.
Like it can do anything.
Does it all come back to not being able to comprehend infinities?
Yeah.
Is that the essential
Yeah, of
problem?
course, but it seems like really specific to space when it comes to like physicists in the modern world who work at real institutions, like unlike us.
Of all people, they should be able to understand infinity.
But they seem like really stuck on space, like not getting it. You know, they want to stick to this like inflation theory, and then like, I don't know. They should probably stick to it. It probably did expand like that, but they seem to like not want to accept that that's how it works, and like not really comprehend that that's how it works. They're like begrudgingly starting to accept it because math is working, you know. But they just, if you just accept space as like the thing that can literally like do anything, it can move in any dimension at any speed, at any whatever property, it can do that. If you accept that, everything starts to make a lot more sense.